All right, everybody. I'm going to be doing a dematting, detangling tutorial today. I've got my chest cam on, so hopefully I can get the right angles. But this is Reno, and Reno wants a schnauzer cut, which is the skirt, but he's all matted, and he needs to be dematted. So we're gonna do that. I got my tools here. This is my dematting tool. This is great. It's got serrated edges on these teeth here. I'll show you how to use that, but it's like a comb. And my regular trusty slicker brush. This is another dematting tool, but it's for smaller, tighter stuff. This got blades as well, but it's not serrated, so, but it'll get through that. And some shears, of course, and a good metal comb. And so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start off loosening everything up with this dematting tool. You go in, you hit that mat, and you come back out. Go in, hit it, come back out. Good boy, Reno. This way it's working through the mat like you would a brush or a comb or something like that. But you're not pulling everything all at once. In and out, in and out. Just like that. Like if I were to use I was gonna say fork. If I were to use a comb like this, it just catches, and then when I'm gonna pull on this skin, that sucks. I'm not gonna do that. So I like to hold them, and I try to kind of hold the hair against the skin with one hand, if that makes sense. So it's not pulling straight from his skin. It's like I'm giving it another point instead of his skin. But see, it comes through that pretty well. And of course you want to brush with the lay of the hair down this way. Sometimes I will go up backwards, but I'm a pro. So I would say if you're doing this at home, just go with the lay of the hair. I get through that. So I'm going to try to loosen up everything on him first. He's a good boy. Good boy, Reno. And you can feel it as it's starting to loosen up. It gets easier and easier to pull through. And he doesn't like it. He's doing pretty well. I would bet you he's doing better than most of your dogs at home. He's a good boy. But I will say, people ask me, what's a tip for getting your dog to let you do what you want to it, as far as grooming goes? And I say, put them up on this table. Of course, you don't have a grooming table at home. But I say you can put them up on the vanity, kitchen table, somewhere safe, so they can't just jump off. I see it slowly pulls through. Being a good boy. You want to hold his limbs steady if I wasn't holding on to him like this, I would just be straight pulling his leg out from under him and pulling on his skin. Doubly uncomfortable. But that's another trick, keeping them comfortable. Dog's far more likely to let you do what you need to do as far as grooming goes if they're standing comfortably. Excuse me. They're not in any kind of pain. If they trust you. This guy's been coming to me since he was a little baby. So he knows what we're here to do. I picked him to do this video on because I know that he's so good and I can brush all this out without him giving me too much trouble or me hurting him too badly. I like this stuff, man. Get this out of here. I went to the gym this morning and I did a lot of arm stuff. So I'm a little sore. Not too bad though. I had a big, huge Pyrenees yesterday. That was so much brushing. And I was sore after I was done. My hands were hurting. Shoulders. And I'm used to it. I do this stuff 8 hours a day. 25 years. My muscles are conformed to this type of movement and motion, and I still get sore sometimes. So if you're doing this at home, I wouldn't expect you to do it all in one fell swoop. I really want to do a little bit, eat a cookie, maybe even give the dog a cookie. And then come back and do it more. As you can feel it. Down here in the South, we get these little, some people call them hitchhikers. These little seeds that stick to these dogs' coats. They walk around in tall grass. Especially these guys with these skirts, man. Got little, there's one right there. Just stick to their coat, and then it just turns into a mat. It just came right out. Sometimes they get so tied up in there, you gotta cut them out. Good boy, Reno. I know. I'm a mean guy. Look at that, that's all mats. He's getting thinned out. You know we're doing it, big boy. You know we doing it. Yes. Yes, you're a good guy. You're a good guy. I see your belly, see what's going on. Up under there. The underwear. I'm excited tomorrow. One of the doctors here at the clinic is going to be doing a little class, workshop, or something on CPR. And I've picked things up along over the years somewhat CPR, but I've never really had a dedicated learning experience for it. I never really put it all together. But you never know, man. Especially in the clinic, I've got dogs that have to be sedated to do this. What if they stop breathing on my table? Alright, so he's got a nappy little beard. This dirty boy. I don't know how people keep these dogs with their beards. They just get so nasty. His isn't so bad though. Is it? You're a sweet boy. With your eyebrows. Let's cut through this, man. Hold one side of his face. And then do it just like everything else. Make sure though, these are blades. They are serrated blades on this tool. So, you gotta be aware of where the ends of it is. Like you could easily stick that down into an eyeball. Stick it down in there. I wouldn't want to do that. Or under a lip. Pull that out. Nice clean cut. I don't want to do that. I have done it on a dog's tail before. And the matted tail. A lot of dogs get mats on their tail. And I was brushing it. And then the tail, just the very tip, got stuck between those two blades, and it hit it like it was a vegetable peeler. Just cut a little chunk off the end of it. Not like this, like I was saying with his legs. You gotta keep this steady. You don't want to go in here and just yanking on his beard. I wouldn't want anybody yanking on my beard unless they held my head. And you gotta hold his face. Make sure it's not uncomfortable, or the least amount of uncomfortable. Okay, so we're pretty much thinned out with this. So the next thing I do is get him with the slicker brush. Simple, cheap, easy slicker brush. It's got these little pins, and you can get them in different lengths of pins. You can get these cushions that are softer underneath those pins. I just prefer, I do 99% of my brushing with this slicker brush. And they come little. You get bigger ones. But with these little guys, you can get in and out in these armpits and on their feet and stuff with the little one. No sense in having a big one for these little guys. Oh yeah, it's just pulling straight through, man. You're doing great. I think I've said this in previous videos, when they pull away, I kind of let him pull away. He wants to pull his arm away, I let him do it. I can work when he pulls it away. Being a good boy. There's different types of brushes. This is a slicker. A lot of people, when you think of a brush, you think of a human hairbrush with those long pins with the little balls on the end of it. I don't even use one of those. I don't even think I own one of those. It's called a pin brush. And I can't figure out why. I mean, I guess it doesn't break the coat as much as using a slicker. That's the point for like poodle top knots and stuff, but I gotta get through this coat, man. All right, dude, you're real close. And this, you can feel through your fingers how when it's pulling on something. You can hear it. And if it pulls, if it gives you resistance, you back off and go back at it again. You don't just yank. No yanking, right, dude? Huh? You got eyeballs? Hello. All right. Alright, well, I didn't need to use it, but this little tool, this dematter, you will use it around toes and stuff. They get little mats between their toes, but you just pull through it like that, just kind of like the other one, but it's for little spot areas. Let's see. Let me just pull through this. He's giving me resistance on this front left leg, and I don't know why. He don't like me messing with it. Not that much. Yeah, that's how you use that. He didn't need it. But, all right, and now I like to go through with the metal comb and just do a once over. See if I'm snagging on any more mats. Oh, there's one in his armpit. It's a little guy, but it's there. The thing with these little mats is they turn into big mats. Mats beget mats. You can go even more granular with a little flea comb. Super tight teeth, but it's not necessary. It's good to have one of these on hand though, a little flea comb. I like to get the gunk out of dogs' eyes with it. And I did thin this coat out a little bit under here. You remember I didn't cut it, but that's gonna happen. It's a little thin right there. I'll probably do some trimming to blend it in. But that's pretty much it, y'all. Let me see your face. And now he's ready for his haircut. My bud. My bud. All right, dog. Say later, dog. Reno. You did it. Good boy. Say goodbye.